Hi guys, we're back with another podcast, and today we're going to be talking about social media, which is a pretty broad, vast topic, but we've got a few bits that we're going to go into and discuss, and I think it'll be pretty interesting. So
the first thing we're going to talk about is our favorite social media app.
I think I'm going to say Instagram, because I don't know, like you can always share what you're doing, whether that's like an actual post or on stories. And like there's so much you can like do on there. I feel like it's quite good, and you can put like your highlights on as well. On your profile you can put links up. I mean, I probably use Snapchat like more than Instagram, but it's not like my favorite. Like it's not like you can do much on it. I mean, it's like good for communicating, but like it's not my favorite. So yeah, I would definitely say Instagram, just because I like love doing my photography, and even if I don't always post it, it's just, I don't know, I've always really liked it. So I'd say Insta.
I'd say my favorite social media app would be Facebook, mainly because you can share so much stuff, you can stay in contact with so many people, and it's just such a good platform to kind of like promote your work. And I think that's quite important as journalists.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we always share about stuff on there, like especially with you and like your blog posts and stuff. But also Facebook's probably better for like having your family on it. I wouldn't have my family on like Instagram or Snapchat or anything, but on Facebook, you like, that's where you're usually friends with everyone and can see what your family and friends are up to. So next we're going to say our least favorite social media app, and this is probably just one we don't really use, I'm guessing.
I think I'd say in terms of like what you like can do the least amount of stuff on would be Snapchat, because all you can really do is like talk to people, not really share or get involved or discover new things. So I guess I wouldn't say it's like my least favorite, but it is the least the app that has like the least amount of things to do.
I'm guessing, that's true. But I'd say, if I'm saying like the one I don't use the most, that's probably like Twitter. Like I don't really use it that much. I mean, I guess I do a bit. Like I do post stuff on there, but it's not like something I'm like all throughout the day always going on it and checking. You know what I mean? It's just like every so often. But yeah, I would agree with Snapchat. There's not as much on there to like look at or read, or it's just straight messaging basically, isn't it? And posting stuff in your story. So going into a deeper side of social media, so has it been something that's positively like impacted your life, or do you think it's impacted you more like negatively?
I'd say a bit of both. I mean, growing up, I'd say negatively, I was quite influenced by what other people would post, and like, I guess seeing like their lives, they always seem so happy. I know it's just behind the screen and it's not true, and a lot of it is like falsified. But growing up, I'd always want to kind of be like them as well, and I'd feel quite down on my life because I'd be like, their life is quite good. But recently I say it's a really positive thing in my life. It allows me to publicize my work, kind of just promote things that I believe in and what I stand for, and it's just a good thing to get in contact with different people.
100%. I think when you're younger, it's more like, oh, look at them, look what they've done, sort of thing. It's not good to be on social media when you're too young, because you're quite what's the word, like vulnerable to other people. And I think I was definitely on social media too young. I definitely had Facebook when I was like 8, 9, which is way too young to be on social media. I shouldn't have had it then, but I think definitely. I mean, I don't think I really had many people on there, but it's still probably not safe to have it until you're like the age you should be. But now it's good for promoting our work. As you say, sharing stuff. You often share like good things on Facebook that's like sort of quotes you believe in and everything, which it's good because then other people can share it and you can see it, and you get to see like the news on there. Definitely more like Facebook and Twitter and stuff. But I think mainly positively. I do like enjoy it. I like going on social media. I like seeing what everyone's doing. I like sharing stuff about my day, and just seeing what everyone's up to and what's happening. But it can be negative as well, because some people get, like bullied online or like harassed, or they never feel like sort of good enough by seeing other people and like what they are posting. So there's a bit of both. They're always going to be, I think, but on the whole, I think we've both had quite positive experiences. I don't think we've maybe experienced the more negative side. So then going on to like a list of the most positive things of social media. So if you could pick 3 things that are positive about social media, what would you pick?
Again, like kind of what I said, highlighting the fact we can promote and publish our work onto. I think that's a really positive thing. I think it's really nice to kind of use it as a way to make new friends, new contacts, or maybe even people you haven't talked to in a while, just kind of catching up with them, checking in on their lives, that sort of thing, which I think is really good. I'd say the last thing that's really positive for social media is just kind of the idea of being aware of what's going around in the world. I think in today's society, a lot of stuff is uploaded and shared with social media and this generation. So it is really to keep in touch with like the outside world.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you?
So I'd say the first thing I think is really good is like raising awareness for things and like movements and stuff. Like people come together quite well on social media.
Yeah.
So if one person thinks something and they promote their sort of view, then it means other people can then agree and they can share that and they can talk about that more, which I think is really good. And like that, then like I feel like for like petitions for things as well. Like I never used to think about that, but now like if someone wants like to change something, then you can share that around and everyone can sort of read it and know more about it, which is really good about it. Another thing I would say, definitely like keeping in contact with friends and family, especially in the time that we are now at the moment. If we didn't have any of that, we wouldn't have no one would have been able to keep in contact with anyone, or speak to people like really far away, and I think it would have been a lot more difficult. So I think it's really good as a means of contact and staying close, and I think it always makes you feel good if you've had a good chat with someone and can speak to someone day to day. Kind of what you said, but like sharing work and stuff like that. I think like I've got like a separate page for my photography work, so I think that's really good because I can like show that and I can put links to stuff and I just like get it out there more, whereas if we didn't have social media, we wouldn't have that kind of platform, and people wouldn't know about it. So yeah, I think it's definitely good to show more of yourself, and you can have your personal account, you can have another account for something else. So then going on to the opposite side of that, some things that are negative. It doesn't have to be 3 things, just the first things that come to mind that are negative about social media.
I guess the biggest and main thing would be the bullying or harassment or hate. I think social media is such a good like way to spread love and kind of happiness, but it's also a really good way to hide behind a screen and spread hate and like disrespect. And I think that's like, I think everybody in their life has gone through some sort of hate online, whether it's to a big extent or a small extent. But I definitely think with social media comes a lot of negativity. So I'd say that'd be like
100%. Yeah, that's something that I do think about that, and you think like sometimes people get pushed to the edge just because of the amount of hate they get online. And you think if there wasn't social media, they wouldn't have had anywhere near the amount of hate comments and stuff. So that is the really bad thing about it. And you think, why do people have to do that? Like I don't see why people think that they can do that, and just because obviously no one can see who it is, as you say, they hide behind the screen. They wouldn't do it to their face. So that's like a horrible thing about it. Another bad thing about it, I think a lot of people can spend probably too much time on social media. I know I definitely do. So I think it can be quite distracting sometimes.
Yeah.
So from like probably doing work, like sometimes I'll probably spend more time on my phone and I shouldn't. So I think, yeah, having it there is sometimes a bad thing. But yeah, I need to, sometimes you feel like you need to focus more. Yeah, I think those are like the main things, but I'm not sure if there's more. There's probably a lot more though that's negative about it.
I think another thing is you get quite influenced by a lot of people, whether it's people you know or not. And I think one thing that a lot of people forget is that a lot of the time, social media influencers or just general people, a lot of the things they post are unrealistic. They might look like they're acting some way or doing something, but it's really easy to manipulate a photo or a video to kind of the way they want.
Just because someone's coming across in a certain way online, that does not mean they're like that in person. And you might look at someone's Instagram or Facebook or whatever and think, oh my God, they come across exactly like this.
Yeah.
But unless you know them or you've spoken to them, that might just be their persona online. So it's really easy for people to come across like that. But I think I try and come across just how I am really through social media. I don't see the point of trying to be someone else, but I think it's definitely easy to be influenced by others. That kind of links back to our makeup thing.
Yeah,
like last week.
I think it's just kind of like this need to fit in and to kind of like look a certain way, act a certain way, kind of be accepted by society then. And I think it really influences a lot of younger people more so, especially when like I think more and more younger people are on social media nowadays. And it's,
they are. Yeah.
They see all this stuff that isn't real and then they just get such false expectations. I think it's such a terrible thing.
Yeah, I think because technology is getting like more and more advanced, kids are like, you see kids that are like literally about 3 and they've already got like an iPad.
Yeah.
And they've got access to anything. Like they can literally get anything. I just think that's quite sad that it's got to that sort of level. Yeah. So I think definitely try and stay off social media until you're like of the age where you understand it. But because when you're younger, you're definitely susceptible to the bad side.
Yeah. Which I guess kind of leads on to how does social media influence the way that we view society? So how do you kind of think, if you summarize it up, what do you think about that?
Well, what we were saying, obviously, it does give you the wrong idea of some people. And I think there's also a lot of things online that aren't true that you might see and you might believe. And that's just not like real. Like, for example, like there's some news that comes out and it's not even true. And a lot of people might think they know the truth about something and they don't. I think the thing is to not believe everything you see online, and that doesn't paint like a true picture of what's happening around the world. So yeah, I think it's not, obviously some of it's good and some of it's positive, but it really does depend what you read, and just basically don't believe everything you see, because it's not everyone's good with what they post.
I think society has like formed an image or kind of like rule script as to how to act, how to be, and that sort of thing. So everybody does have this perception of kind of what's acceptable to post and what's like okay to share and what's not okay to share. And I think for so long it's been girls would breathe in if they were taking a bikini photo, or they would use filters to cover natural wrinkles or natural spots, which everybody has, or just to kind of portray that their day has been amazing. And
no, I completely agree with that. I think because people think they should post something, like they have to look like someone else, and as you say, they edit that to fit in with what they think will be approved of, which is not right, and you should be yourself. I think something about what you share, a lot of people are scared to speak out sometimes on their views, so they don't always say, because if it's something controversial, they're afraid that someone else is going to bring them down a bio. Well, some days are more than others.
Well, what do you like to know?
Well.
So we kind of touched up on this point, but let's talk about how much time we kind of spend on social media a day.
Some days more than others, depending on what I'm doing. if I'm out, then I won't spend as much time because I'll actually be doing something and I won't be looking at my phone. But if I'm in for the day, I can sometimes spend up to 10 hours on my phone a day, which is really bad. I think, I'm trying to make an excuse, but it's because I'm like either calling Tyler, so it pushes my screen time up like a lot, because if I'm just leaving him on in the background, it's like that pushes it up. But then I spend a lot of time scrolling through social media. So I could definitely decrease the amount of time I spend on my phone. But yeah, I think getting out, and like today I was out for a long walk, and that was good because it meant I wasn't looking at my screen for like a few hours. And yeah, if I actually try and focus on doing my work without having maybe not have my phone in the same room as me while I'm trying to do work, and I would actually focus and not look at my phone. But it's really hard because I'm a bit addicted.
Yeah, I think for me, I am genuinely quite a busy person. So whereas maybe like social media may distract you, like my life distracts me from social media.
Sorry.
I don't mean like I made you sound quite negative then, didn't I?
No.
What I mean is like a lot of people do get distracted by social media, like with tasks, whereas I think my life is so crazy, I just get distracted by life, and I don't tend to use social media a lot. I'm a really crap replier, which is one thing everybody says. I mean, unless like I genuinely like you a lot. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say, you always reply to me really quick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like you.
Oh, thanks. I like you too.
Let me restart all of that. Okay. I like you.
I like you too.
Okay. I tend to go on Snapchat a lot because that's how I talk to everybody, is Snapchat. And I do go on social media a lot throughout the day because, again, I promote my work. But in regards to just scrolling through and looking at things, I won't really do that until like late in the evening when I've done everything else. I only really spend my time on social media entertainment wise, maybe like an hour, if that, a day, because I am so busy. I might like throughout the day occasionally look on it for like a second, but then I put it away. I'd go straight back to my work. So yeah, I wouldn't say I spend a lot of time on social media. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed it.
What?
I just saw your face go. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate every single one of you.
What, our 30 subscribers?
We wouldn't be where we are today without you lot. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We really appreciate you.
Why are you like doing like a question?
Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please hit the subscribe button.
And ding the bell. And
Fuck.
the notification.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to us, please.
I can't do it. I can't.
Thank you. We appreciate you all. We scoop you up and embrace you.
Like a baby.
We appreciate you. Okay.
You're all.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that notification button and subscribe to us. We're sorry we were a little bit off today. We were just a bit weird.
Yeah, a bit tired. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think it's quite a good topic to cover because it's quite relatable for everyone that's sort of watching our age group, you know. So it's quite an interesting thing to cover. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week for a brand new podcast.
Namaste.
Sorry, I finished it off.
Sorry, I wasn't